Our story began when the gods hallowed the swan, unblemished by sun. Then took 5 feathers, equal in sheer elegance, not as light as cans, each representing sky, earth, sea, wind, fire, formidable 5. Far in the Orient, where fruits are rich and succulent, and hearts are not faint, 5 souls will emerge. Their uncanny gift will purge the unworthy herd. The quills they will wield, they are given the rare chance to restore balance. Bards from the Far East, doomed to immortality, our time has arrived. In the darkest night, we usher the glorious dawn of the Golden Age. Bards from the Far East, anthology of haiku and kindred verses. In stores this December of 2017. Bards from the Far East, anthology of haiku and kindred verses. Poetry by Caroline Gutierrez Abangan, Aine Lusauro, Felix Fojas, Danny Gallardo, and Jose Rizal M. Reyes. Illustrations by Miss Ana Broa. Foreword. In ancient times, Japanese samurai were arguably the greatest warriors in modern history. In fact, samurai warriors lived their entire lives rigorously abiding by the Bushido, the Japanese code of chivalry and honor. The emperor or shogun wielded centralized powers all over the war-torn country. Directly under the shogun were the daimyo, regional and local warlords. Subordinate to the daimyo were the samurai, a class of highly skilled warriors, which gradually developed in Japan after the Taika reforms of 8641. Feudal Japan rigorously followed Bushido. The samurai code emphasized loyalty to one's master over and above loyalty to one's family. Hence, the shogun oftentimes replaced a weak emperor who merely acted as an imperial figurehead. The shogun, the likes of Minamoto no Yoritomo, Ashigaka Takauji, and Hideyoshi, carried with them the power of life and death over their daimyo and samurai underlings. During peacetime, many samurai warriors took up the arts by writing and teaching in their leisure hours. Their love of beautiful surroundings was of equal importance to these men who dedicated their lives as full-time soldiers. In the haiku poems written by the old masters, many of whom lived and died as staunch practitioners of the samurai code. One of the greatest haiku poets was the renowned samurai Matsuo Basho, who traveled throughout Japan, writing and further developing the haiku style. He died in Osaka, Japan in 1694, but continued to write haiku furiously up until his death. Today, 5 men and women who dub themselves as bards from the Far East invite you to promenade in the literary park and bask in the overflowing openness, depth, simplicity, and lightness of haiku poems. Their poems will empower your soul to resonate and appreciate the sad, the beautiful, the tragic, and even the lighter side of life. Meet the bards from the Far East. Caroline, author, fairy godmother of bards, and mother to 4 kids. Danny Gallardo, the bard of the beautiful, pride of Zambales. Felix Fojas, the meowing bard, exorcist par excellence and dean of poets. Aine Lusauro, singer of overseas blues, family woman. And last but not least, sonnet grandmaster Jose Rizal M. Reyes, the haiku shogun. We have sun and rain, summer, fall, winter, and spring are alien to us. Bards of the Far East, doomed to immortality. Our time has arrived. In the darkest night, we usher the glorious dawn of the golden age. The Artist by Osirizal M. Reyes. Ana Broa High. One celestial, four fairies. Welcome to fifth kind. With your magic brush, paint with bright-hued master strokes this landscape of words. Let watercolors rival the Haiga paintings of ancient Japan. The Elementals by Donnie Gallardo. Sea, life is like a sea, can't be understood hardly, serene and stormy. Fire, I am like a fire, hot and aggressive esquire, I used to inspire. Sky, altitude I fly, and I want to reach the sky. I dream big and high. Earth, ever since my birth, I saw the beauty of earth. Life is full of mirth. Wind, the wind is angry, natural catastrophe, and weather's fury. Address from Earth by Rizal M. Reyes. The Exnom salutes the noble elementals. May I speak for you? My fervent greetings to all beings everywhere, both seen and unseen. To all the nations, in your time and 4 ages, may there be peace. To my countrymen, it's our duty to restore the great golden age. And to you, dear one, reading these vibrant verses, may you find your quest. To the sky, I bow, Caroline. Sky represents the divine, God, angels, heaven. Sky does not confine, boundless possibilities. Aspire, rise, and shine. Sacred verities, your child of eternity, born in swaddling bliss. To fire, I am hot, Danny. Fire represents the ethers, plane of memory. Fiery beings, cheers! Let a volcano erupt, fierce salamanders. Transmute the corrupt, let there be balance once more, all evils disrupt. To air or wind, Felix to the fore, I'm sure of his existence. This God thinks therefore. Thought is the essence. Air represents mental plane. I hope this makes sense. With all might and main, self pour down fresh ideas, like wind bringing rain. To the sea, a mermaid she was. Aine is her current name. Now guess what she has. Let's not tale for shame, but the magic of the deep and the pearl to claim. Undines do not sleep. Bless the earth and the astral with pure love to keep. I'm Jose Rizal. I don't have much wherewithal. I'm learning PayPal. But as we've been told, the gnomes are guardians of gold. My soul can't be sold. I represent well physical plane where we dwell. I'm earth as they tell. Sonnet grandmaster, there will not be another. I'm trained by mother. From my bardic throne, darkness shall be overthrown. Hail the golden dawn. Haiku lecture by Felix Fojas. Originally, haiku was affixed to a longer poem in Japanese called renga as an opening stanza. The haiku was also incorporated in haibun, a combination of prose and haiku. in tandem with bamboo brush painting. Designed to arouse a specific emotion, the hokku likewise hinted upon a particular spiritual insight. In the 17th century, during the lifetime of Matsuo Basho, the hokku evolved into an independent poetic form. Towards the end of the 19th century, Matsuoka Shiki, from 1867 to 1902, another master poet, changed hokku into its modern-day name, haiku. The most famous traditional hokku masters are Matsuo Basho, Ueshima Onitsura, Yosabusa, and Kobayashi Isa. On the other hand, the most famous modern haiku master is Masuoka Shiki. It was Shiki who revolutionized the art of haiku writing and gave the Gendai haiku its modern, contemporary features. Traditional haiku is composed of 3 phrases of 5, 7, and 5 on, more, or syllables printed on a single vertical line. Note, however, that the Japanese on is different from the English concept of a syllable. 1 on is equivalent to a short syllable, 2 on for an elongated vowel, diphthong, or double consonant, and 1 on at the end of a syllable. Haiku has 3 basic elements. Number 1, kiru, or cutting, 2 superimposed images or events through the use of kireji, or a cutting word. 2, 3 separate phrases of 5, 7, 5 syllables, or a total of 17 syllables. And 3, a kigo, or a word to indicate the seasonal setting of a haiku, whether spring, summer, autumn, or winter. The rubric or rules of haiku writing include the following. The middle line is usually longer than the first and third lines. Can be read in one long breath. Direct and avoids unnecessary words. Recreates the writer's personal feelings. Describes the action or experience in the present tense. No formal rules regarding capitalization and punctuation. Does not use metaphors or similes. In tracing the history of haiku in English, 3 names come to the fore. R.H. Blythe, an Englishman who lived in Japan, Kenneth Yasuda, and Harold Henderson. In 1949, Blythe published the first volume of History of Haiku, which he completed in 2 volumes, and subsequently published in 1964. The history of haiku now ranks as one of the classics in the study of haiku in the English language. The Japanese-American scholar Kenneth Yasuda followed through with the timely publication of the Japanese haiku, its essential nature, history, and possibilities in English, with selected examples in 1957. On his part, in 1958, Harold Henderson published his Tour de Force, an introduction to haiku, an anthology of poems and poets from Basho to Shiki. The Haiku Society of America prescribes the use of 17 syllables or even less, set in 3 lines. Other haiku writers in English prefer using 12 syllables, which they claim is the closest approximation of the duration of 17 on in Japanese haiku. Some of the rules followed in composing haiku in English include the following. 1. The use of a seasonal word or kigo. 2. Using a cut, which can be indicated by a punctuation mark to parallel the use of kireji. And 3. Dramatizing the contrast between 2 images or events. Matsuo Basho, A Biography in Haiku by Felix Fojas. Father and Son. Basho inspired by samurai father slashed at syllables and sounds. Career change. Basho forsook life as a swordsman and hacked his way writing haiku. The Poetaster. Adopting the name to say unripe peach, Basho, doubled in haiku. The Wanderlust. He only stopped when His big toe is stubbed on a jagged haiku rock. Basho inspired. All he needed was a hut and banana tree to write poetry. Boastful Basho. Croaking frog basks in the absolute absence of poetic conceit. Basho's nightmare. Small frog plops into old pound fig fish just wide open, just ready to snap. Bewildered Bard. Basho shakes his head. Can a silly splashing frog make me immortal? Poet in search of a frog. He trekked far and wide, searching for the magic frog that made him famous. The heart of haiku. 1665, he had a fling with Jute, a Shinto server. Meditating master. He tried Zen but thoughts of haiku frogs jumped into his mind's ancient pond. Haiku harvest. Bored with teaching, he left the city for the fields to harvest haiku. Hot and cold. At Endo he played both hermit and host to hordes of haiku hunters. Haiku ronin. A haiku ronin, he preferred stringing renga with other poets. Silent seduction. In 1680, in Fukugawa his tongue he buried in snow. The bard bids farewell. Sick in Osaka, Basho breathed out his farewell. Haiku masterpiece. Basho in Mercury. Today a crater in Mercury bears Basho's bright immortal name. The way of the haiku. 44 definitions and intimations. Haiku is a bird of no feathers. If you grasp it light, it flies. If you grasp it tight, it dies. Haiku is that phoenix verse, builds a pair for itself and rises from its ashes a brand new bird. Haiku is a snowman, born in deep winter, melts not in summer. Haiku is equal to sound plus silence, echoed by yes and no. Once you name and define a haiku, it quickly vanishes into thin air. How can you define the anatomy of a haiku when there is no corpus delicti? How can you autopsy a haiku when the confounded thing is forever alive and breathing? Haiku is a rare spiritual dove that is known for singing mellifluous haikus. A haiku is a mini poem that decomposes a poet who has an epic delusion. Haiku is a subtle. It leaves no monument of marble, but of grass swaying in the wind. Haiku is not the bell, but the deafening silence between the nows. A haiku perches upon a branch of my shoulder, chirps in midair. Haiku, sleepless though swaying empty, branches in winter. Haiku is what is left unseen and unsaid in a poem. Haiku, a firefly that flits and flashes in eternity's moonless midnight. A poet pauses between breaths, a haiku is born. In between inhaling and exhaling, a haiku hatches. Through the crack between two moments, the haiku crawls in. When the cup of the mind is empty, a haiku fills it up. Haiku, tiny light flashing in the dark at 1/1,000,000th of a second. Haiku, saying forever in a moment. Haiku, seeing the wisdom in ordinary things. Haiku, seeing through the closed eyes of a newborn child. Haiku, hearing through the inner ear of the deaf. Haiku, seeing through the secret eye of the blind. Haiku, epiphany in a moment that lasts forever. A haiku casts no image in the mirror. A haiku just sees a blank mirror. A haiku is just a blank mirror. A haiku reflects the soul of a mirror. Song purchased in palm, hand closes, fist opens, haiku gone. Haiku flower, indestructible bloom, your color and shape must always be left unsaid. Haiku flower, come summer, come winter, the fragile thing blooms forever. Haiku moment, to taste you is to relish eternity itself. Between sound and silence, haiku moment. Between life and death, haiku moment. I go forever to haiku land, half summer, half winter, where what is and what isn't happens at once. Searching for haiku land without a description, without a map, I will leave when I have arrived. It matters not whether I find haiku land or not, what is of the essence is the search and not the find. Searching for haiku land, I lose my way, but once I stop, I find it waiting for me with open arms. Haiku land, enchanted place where nothing and everything is found. Haiku land, cuckoo's nest where no egg is ever hatched or found. Haiku land, located in the lost and found section of heaven. Secrets of haiku land, paring down long branch into a short stick. Haiku writing as Zen psychotherapy by Felix Fojas. I've only been writing haiku for 1.5 years, and I know that it has caused a subtle revolution in my consciousness in terms of boosting my creativity and giving me a sense of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. I intuitively know that haiku writing is a form of Zen psychotherapy and is one of the keys for attaining objective consciousness. Writing haiku is metaphysical art in action, art as epiphany and revelation, art as a eureka moment, art as a goddess that bestows nirvana and total bliss. The word hai has a deep, profound meaning in Japanese martial arts and spirituality. Hai is a power word or mantra. Uttering hai activates the hara, the psychic center located 2 inches below the navel and called in Sanskrit as the Swadhisthana chakra, which serves as a psychic battery for storing ki or pranic energy. Thus, before a karate expert or samurai warrior delivers his telling blow, he first shouts the mantra hai with the full force of his intent and willpower. Over and above this, hai has the power and potency to awaken a person's higher self, ultimately enabling him or her to achieve spiritual enlightenment. In Indian yoga, the counterpart of hai is the word om, which is reputed the sacred sound which was used in creating not only man, but the universe itself. The closest technique that approximates haiku writing as a form of therapy in Western psychology is a primal scream developed by Dr. Arthur Janov. According to Dr. Janov, every human being suffers disturbing experiences early in life, which in turn cause psychological traumas or blocks in one's consciousness that result in dire physical, emotional, and mental dysfunctions and imbalance. Through primal scream therapy, a system of monitored unrestrained screaming and hysterics, Dr. Janov professes that such traumas can be permanently erased. To come to the still point, whether you are writing a poem in the strict, rigorous form of a haiku or a sonnet, or are composing in the stream of consciousness method, as in the case of free verse, it is imperative that you overcome your unconditioned mind and give a free rein to your subconscious, which is akin to a wild mustang that will take you and your poem for a ride wherever it wants to gallop, perhaps to that grassy valley blooming with familiar flowers, or over a sheer cliff of untold dangers and abysmal depths. I have shared the poetic magic of haiku writing with the apple of my eye, Joanna Alice. It is with sincerity and gladness in our hearts that we want to share this poetic discovery with you, dear reader. Together, let us drink from the Holy Grail, the cup of the Oversoul. Let us pour saccharized wine, lift up our dainty little glasses, and toast kanpai to the art of haiku writing as the Japanese would. Let us recover the lost word. Let us rediscover our lost innocence, our pure self before the fall. Let us embark on an odyssey to haiku land, the paradise of rainbow miracles and impossible possibilities. Haikuans. Stone altar, blood incense, flowers. Why are prayers not answered? Sound of bronze gong reverberates. Are the gods stone deaf? Stone Buddha, sitting still for ages, is he inured to human suffering? Zen master, wax student with a stick, tough love? When one hand claps, the soul is jolted. Empty the mind, acquire all wisdom. This is the way of Zen. Koan is the key that unlocks the mind by locking it. An enlightened one laughs at a sad story and weeps at a happy tale. A true Zen master has only one student, himself. You can only see the truth with your eyes closed. Man closes eyes, false self vanishes, true self appears. Zen master imparts his teachings in total silence. What is the essence of Zen philosophy? Nothing. How to teach Zen? By teaching how not to teach. Zen is the way to enlightenment that has no way. Zen, the way of no way. In Zen, the only way to shout is to be silent. Where is enlightenment in the gray space between life and death? What is the sound of Zen? The silence between lightning and thunder. What is the Zen moment? Eternity, my friend. What is a koan? A bomb that implodes the soul. What is koan? The answer that is given before a question is asked. Zen is hearing without listening, seeing without looking. Where the mind is, enlightenment is not there. Light only shines in the dark. Enlightenment is how to sleep while wide awake. Zen is the art of waking up while awake. To be everywhere, you must be nowhere. In order to awaken, you must first put yourself to sleep. Wisdom is keeping your mouth shut and your eyes wide open. Thoughts confuse, feelings hurt, non-attachment liberates. When you become the subject and the object, then you are. When your mind feels and your heart thinks, then you are truly liberated. Zen master says, don't listen to what I'm saying, but what I am not saying. Zen master says, don't look for a sensei, remember what you already know. Satori only comes when you become indifferent to enlightenment. Zen master rides snorting bull. Is the bull his wild self? At last Zen master tames the bull, no need for rope or whip. Zen master humbly mingles with common folks, no delusion of greatness. Koan is the bridge to enlightenment. Remove bridge, then cross over. Think of the finite and think of the infinite. Same, same. Feel the object, feel its absence. Lo, you touch the whole object. You and the world are changing. Only enlightenment is unchanging. Awareness aware of itself, Zen. consciousness, conscious of itself, Zen. Zen flesh, Zen bones, same no thing. Zen is the art of reducing yourself and the universe into no thing. Zen is the religion that worships no thing. Zen eyes see everything and no thing. Zen ears hear music and noise as no thing. Zen nose smells both the scent of lotus and its decaying roots. Zen tongue tastes sweetness and bitterness in the same things. Zen fingers caress the presence and the absence of the universe. He who is attached to Zen is not practicing Zen. Zen has nothing to teach you. You must unteach yourself. Zen has no light. Zen only points to the light within you. The center is not in the center, but outside the circle. Zen is in every blade of grass, in every flower. Zen blooms forever. When you are helping others anonymously, you are practicing Zen. When you live from moment to moment, you are living in eternity. When you live out of your comfort zone, you live in the Zen zone. When you hang loose and let go of everything, the universe will set you free. Just relax. Be a baby floating in the womb. How can anything harm you? Put your life in order by living it as is. This is the Zen way of doing. Do not expect anything to happen, and what is best will happen. Love everything, hate nothing, then love will give you everything. You are you. You don't have to change you. You only have to accept you. Be honest with yourself and with others, and the universe will not deceive you. Laugh all your problems away. Laugh all your fears away. Laugh yourself to enlightenment. Stop questioning and doubting, and you will be blessed with the best of all possible worlds. Imagine a Zen garden with nothing in it, and you will behold everything. Make a list of everything you want in life, then burn that list and travel light. Zen teaches you to leave Buddha behind and learn from your own existence. Zen is not Buddha's way, Zen is your way. Do not aspire to be a Zen master, and you will become one. In Zen, you have to create your own sacred space. The only truth is you are going to die, so live while you can. That is Zen's way of recycling you into indestructible spirit. Death is real, life is an illusion, so live to die and die to live. Wisdom is a stepping stone to enlightenment. Wisdom is the art of knowing nothing. Everybody on earth is crazy and abnormal. Why bother to be normal? Morality is a form of social control. Act abnormal and be a free agent. Karma is what you believe will happen to you, and it will happen to you. Enlightenment is one long, continuous orgasm. In Zen, physical cleanliness is preferable, but mental cleanliness is quintessential. The Zen cure for paranoia is by accepting that everybody is paranoid. Total enlightenment is living your life at the spur of the moment. What you see is mere fantasy, and what you don't see is reality. Zen Master says, the ultimate truth can only be expressed by not speaking. Unless you are enlightened, you will see reality as fantasy, and fantasy as reality. Zen Master says illusion and reality, same. Zen states that everything is nonsense, and only nothing makes sense. What you say about me is your own truth, not mine, and what I say about you is false. Everyone is searching for his or her own identity when one should only be. Prevent identity crisis by living in anonymity. Cause and effect only exist in time. In eternity, there is no causation. Science and magic are two different worlds that describe the same thing. You always think the world is a burden to you when you are the burden itself. Enlightenment is when you become your own dream and not a nightmare to others. No one is above the law, but no one should be below the law either. Freedom is when you accept that you are already free in the first place. Zen Master says, beyond lunacy and normalcy lies enlightenment. The best lesson an artist can learn is not to paint life but live it. In Zen, you have no right to die because you're immortal. Your only right is to live. Zen is less than what you feel it is and more than what you think it is. In Zen, there are no sacred books, but all acts are sacred. Haiku for all seasons, for all reasons. Gallery 1 by Jose Rizal M. Reyes. Philippine Seasons. Flores de Mayo, children gathering flowers, heart's gifts to Mary. Rain begins to pour, children and youths get ready, it's school time again. Wind is howling loud, rain pouring hard on the roof, be prepared like scouts. Buwan ng Wika, blessed archipelago, speaking in tongues. Keep the fire burning as the snow melts in China, thick loads, not thick face. Weather gets colder, Christmas gets, songs heard everywhere, longest annual rite. Rizal Day Parade celebrating his birthday is much more hopeful. Fireworks light the sky, the old year is forgotten, people look forward. Month-long rite of love, Cupid is next to Jesus, in more ways than one. Farmers celebrate, market is full of harvests, buyers are happy. Nature and neighborhood. Ayaguquay crops, shower of golden liquid, the holes avoided. Taguyabong birds, white spectacle in the sky, brotherhood of light. Hygiene crafts haiku, weaver ants in mango tree, stick to it toveness. Pebble on the ground, Bongoy River at high tide, stone skims o'er water. Feast day of St. John, I remember 3 birdlings and remorseful lad. Seashores Lakaylay, skipping rope of childhood days, they are back crawling. Riverside mangrove, old speedboat without driver, lying Ferris still. Montaña side yard, old wooden bus rotting, tickets strewn around. The weather is calm, Mindoro is visible from Odyongan Beach. Fishing by the bridge, father and his son rejoice, a fish is dying. The world around us. Motionless lizard, little insects flutters by, only one finds meal. Early bird hunts food, greenish worm crawls early too, the sun moves on time. Beneath the sea waves, fish chasing smaller fish, bigger fish behind. Sparrow fights eagle, king of the sky in distress, use your eyes and claws. Sharp-toothed shark looms, dolphin attacks its belly, shark flips, game over. Blue whale of the deep, largest animal ever, eating tiny krill. An open window, flock of white cranes flying by, where are they going? Morning at the beach, pigeons left aloft in the air, flying brown and round. College-going ape shows arm beneath toilet door. Female student shrieks. BCB buzzing, red gumamela in bloom, butterflies sipping. Facts of life. Stay-at-home spider, fly roaming the neighborhood, both looking for food. A pride of lions, eye-lagging buffalo. Where is courage there? Turtle pays turtle, safe in your mobile fortress. Just don't turn turtle. Monkey on your cousin, only creature in the world that hangs by its tail. What's a platypus? It looks half bird, half mammal, needs DNA test. Those human features not found among the great apes can be seen in pigs. Manx from Isle of Man, crossbreed of cat and rabbit, test their DNA. Lion met tigress. Tiger is world's biggest cat, purrs like a kitten. Ass is a donkey that got bad reputation. Are you a donkey? Ilang-ilang scent, it lingers in the nostrils, stirring memories. Gallery 2 by Felix Fojas. Dry leaves in autumn, falling the trees weeping for a fallen fruit. Autumn leaves blowing, creaking branches unleafing, pining for lost spring. Breeze shaking autumn, leaves from a barren old tree, below hungry worms. Leaves falling, mourning for autumn, eyes weeping tears for a lost lover. Immaculate white, snowflakes fall to the gray ground. Lo, winter has come. The black crows are gone, white doves are sleeping under the eaves, it's winter. It is white upon white, winter white, washing the landscape. Listen, grasshoppers are strumming violins, fat frogs croaking, welcome spring. A blue kite soaring, cloudless blue vastness of sky, monochrome summer. Forest ablaze in midsummer, thick haze of smoke, 6 cars screech and break. Gallery 3 by Caroline Gutierrez Abangan. Caterpillar moves and retreats with supplies, friends are hard to come by. Caterpillar brags of its predatory skill, ants wait to ambush. Caterpillar dies, ant calls for the colony, a bounteous ration. Caterpillar rots in solitary confines of a patch of earth. Caterpillar, not a single trace of being loved by any friend. Caterpillar robbed of reaching its potential, a mere speck of dust. Tiny dewdrops keen on kissing the blades of grass, surreal affair. Moon bows graciously to sun's regal arrival. Graveyard shift closes. Gallery 4 by Ligao Makata. Haiku for spring season. Dusting every nook, washing beddings and curtains, spring wind is blowing. Spring wind, oozing east to west, sweet melody of rebirth, little bird in the nest. Conspiracy, sunflowers in bloom, under the sun 12 hours long, a feast for the bees. Haiku for winter, pine trees garbed in ice, huskies playing in the snow, warms my frozen eyes. Haiku for summer, breathing the beach air, ouch! Hot sand burning my feet, but I'm feeling great. Summer is now here, but your heart's still in winter. It makes me shiver. Salty sweat out of summer breath, running kids. Haiku for autumn. Leaves turn gold, fortune of the ground though it's old. Vivid autumn hues, the chills memories of youth cries out the window. The sun's warming rays, swelling grain in the rice field ready for harvest. Haiku for rainy season. Army of tadpoles are playing chase in the pond, mother frog croaking. December blows, the dead morning trees, snowflakes fall. Icy cold outside, thick coat is not warm enough. I wish you were here. Gallery 5 by Donnie Galliardo. Clattering raindrops are heavenly tears of grace to bless native land. Colorful rainbow symbolizes heavy storm no longer around. In life's stormy sea, I shall explore its abyss to fathom its crooks. Magical echo of free-flying mockingbird to whisper of man's heart. Sighted in the sky, extraterrestrial crafts, dreadful sign of times. Beauty of woman is artistic masterpiece in her nudity. Melancholic night, when dreams race like walking dead, turning to nightmare. In river of thought, inspiration freely flows that wakes up one's mind. Topsy-turvy life, a very exciting stage of worldwide drama. A kaleidoscope, I see different colors of charming rainbow. I see stars, comets, in perpetual universe, sky of endless life. Themed haiku. Bard, weave me a verse that will see me through the night, a haiku of hope. Nature. Caterpillar crawls, from cocoon a butterfly, self-transformation. Busy bees at work, honey is their salary, labor's sweet reward. Consider the ants, hoarding food for rainy days, save for the future. Trees broken by storm, bamboo swaying with the wind, flexibility. A dog barks at night, the other dogs follow suit, public opinion. Friendship. Friends are companions in the adventures of life, you should value them. I let my friends be, who proves to be true is mine, who doesn't is not. In this tricky world, a true friend is a treasure of immense value. I solemnly sworn, friendship as a counterfeit you must beware of. True friends are soulmates pursuing the same vision, dream, or ideal. Grief. All things considered, this is a sorrowful world. Try to be happy. Grief is the result of our own mortality and life's fickleness. To love is to grieve, maybe not immediately, but eventually. Grief is like the rain that pours down from the dark sky to refresh the earth. I'd like to believe that I'm a man of sorrows with sense of humor. Kiss. You are my first kiss, a heady feeling of bliss, days that I will miss. Your kiss is torrid, I am electrocuted, your breath is humid. Your kiss is so sweet, wherein I can feel the heat, your lips are so wet. Your heat is crawling, my whole body you're kissing, a sensual feeling. Very romantic, your kiss makes me ecstatic, truly electric. Embrace. Your embrace is tight, in a melancholy night, nocturnal delight. We're now face to face, your love is indeed a craze, tight is your embrace. Your hug must linger, so our love will be tender, a perfect partner. When you hug, I feel as if you're my sentinel, and your love is real. Hug, an expression of real full of passions to give affection. Smile. Your smile when I glance, albeit from a distance, is full of radiance. Your smile captivates one's heart and soul, it radiates an alluring grace. When you smile at me, you instill cordiality, camaraderie. Your delightful smile makes me shiver all this while. Oh, it can beguile. Smile is a relief that serves as cure for one's grief and can stop mischief. Muse, you are indeed a muse of the sky that does amuse and conveys good news. In my deep musing, your beauty is inspiring my poetic spring. You serve as my light and the reason why I write, muse of my insight. I'm the hummingbird, by your beauty I'm allured, I'm muse of my word. A love that I sought, an inspiration you brought, a muse of my thought. Secret is unfurled and my life is changed and twirled, a muse of my world. You give me no ill, you are not against my will, a muse of my quill. Nature, nature's catharsis for man's transgressions, tidal waves, earthquakes, and plagues. Oil spill, the shore is awash with slimy, choking, black-coated seagulls. Mother Nature weeps at man's pollution by air, earth, fire, and water. The volcano blares its reverberating rage, nature's megaphone. Holy Holocaust, humongous flak funnel sucking cars, houses, and trees. Life, life's chessboard, white squares quickens with light, black squares lie still in pitch darkness. Life's Siamese twin is death who roams the wormy grave 6 feet under. Life is the rainbow bridge spanning earth and heaven, now and forever. Life is boring, death is breathtaking, why must I still linger here? Life is a roller coaster ride that abruptly stops dead in its tracks. Death, slashing blade gleams in the sun, blinding a swordsman, a bleeding head rolls. A ninja tiptoes on cat's feet, shuriken spins, vein spurts silent death. Fukushima egg cracks, radioactive yolk spills, man and fish die. Buzzing fleeting bee, a Venus flytrap's jaw snap, beauty that devours. A gun aimed at his head, finger squeezes trigger, death with a big bang. Time, opening the door of epochal corridor, the new endeavor. To pass once only, must grab it immediately, opportunity. A man in his prime who's able to reach and climb the life's golden time. It is opportune to happen for a reason, there's every season. And in a right way, love will not come right away, but in proper day. The limelight is mine, and this is my time to shine, the heyday I twine. And this is the night when my life star becomes bright, so I start to write. Dreams, why settle for sweet, juicy dreams when you can taste a horrid nightmare? Some dreams are truly more vivid and real than when you're wide awake. Dreams often concoct a mixed cocktail of false hopes and expectations. Idealists spend more time dreaming than living their waking moments. There are dreams that start as fairy tales and conclude as horror stories. Dreams, she lives in her dream. A dream leads to nowhere, a sleepwalking girl. In her dreamy world, no worries and no nightmares, although it's nowhere. She slept very well, she's alright done the alright, she woke up smiling. She dreamt overnight, shielding her with all his might, he hugged her all night. She opens her eyes, the dream overwhelms her heart, it's a divine love. God is the supreme creator of everything, He is all in all. Goddess no gender, yet to me is a he, the son, the father. God is love, it's true. His love is unending flow, an absolute bliss. O God the Father, I am now surrendering, chanting your blessed name. He is that I am, who lives and suffers as man, the God of all men. Fresh and hot from the Haiku Bakery. Sesame Street Haiku. Big bird, fine feathered, friendly yellow bird who wants to hatch golden haiku eggs. Parodying Basho. Kermit the Frog jumps into the trash can, startling Cookie Monster, plunk. Cookie Monster. Noisy blue monster, voracious reader of fresh, crisp haiku cookies. Bert and Ernie. Comic pair with flair for 17 syllables and 3 punch-liners. Elmo, falsetto-voiced fiend, Sesame Street smart, walks with a haiku swagger. Oscar the Grouch, grouchy green Muppet, mopes and sulks until he sees a haiku and smiles. Snuffleupagus, woolly mammoth sun's tusks juggling with 17 shiny syllables. The Count, a Muppet vampire master counter of bleeding syllables and lines. Superheroes and infamous villains. Batman, wham, he knocks out cold, mocking 3-line 17-syllable Joker. Captain America, he has a hard time trying how to out haiku basho in English. Daredevil, this daring blind bard can see his slippery haiku in total darkness. Spider-Man, he webs and webs of syllables swinging from haiku to haiku. Superman zooms through the subtle barrier of sense and sound, he, the haiku master. The Flash, in a flash he jots down a haiku and winds up with a limerick. The Hook, green, 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 every haiku he writes is radioactive green. Wonder Woman, after countless tries, she's still wondering how to write a haiku. Catwoman, all this she-feline villain can ever scroll is a glowing meowku. Lothar, Superman's foe, he trounces the Man of Steel with kryptonite haiku. Haikunatic, he is by haiku obsessed, mouths 575 syllables all day. Hemorrhaging haiku, traffic light flashes, red screeching tires, man sprawling on the street, bleeding. Haiku for children. Bee buzzing around, red kumamela in bloom, nobody cares though. Ant queen, ant lovers, ant workers and ant soldiers, roles and professions. The ant colony, queen, lovers, workers, soldiers, division of work. Little dragonfly, do you live in the same place as big dragonfly? Oh, playful dolphin, why tickle the shark's belly? Are you not afraid? Unequal matchup, eagle versus sparrow. Guess who is hurting? A leopard can change the colors of his fur coat, but he can lose it. Cow and carabao exchange their coats by mistakes, so goes the story. Elephant so big, when you have a stomach ache, does it hurt big time? Elephant so strong, when a toothache bothers you, do you also cry? Elephant so brave, you do not run from danger. But can you run fast? Horsey, horsey ho, in the barn without a shoe, canters to and fro. Fairies are dancing in hills, forests, and valley. Will you dance with them? The gnomes are guarding gold mines and treasures of earth. What if you are friends? Mermaids are cleaning the sea's polluted water. How can you help them? Selves are passing by, disarranging clouds above, arranging them too. Fiery salamanders dwelling in fiery places tend fires everywhere. Toys are for sharing, but only with your playmates, not with some strangers. What is yours is yours. Likewise, what is theirs is theirs. Respect ownership. Someday you'll grow up, so what do you want to be? Can you answer now? The turkey then spoke in usual gobbledygook. I don't like that cook. And the horse stood up, then giddy up, it just wouldn't stop. The poor cow did rue, overeating. Moo, moo, moo. The butcher yelled, boo. The white-feathered hen grew big, fat, and in Japan, it was served for 10. As for the black pig, good appetite made it big, valued for each leg. Drunkards eyed the dog, eating such is out of vogue, they nixed dialogue. The short-changed lion starts share correction action without compassion. The striped coat tiger fears the lion through smaller trait learned earlier. The gay walking duck, once fattened, ran out of luck. It soon stopped to quack. The black carabao found a grassy patch to mow. It had a good chow. Pity animals, they can be heartwarming pals or feed guys and gals. A wiser being that loves human flesh deserves some chomping. Foot chain and cycle, if not on top of it all, would we be humble? Answer if you can, would plants all tremble if man turns vegetarian? In case you don't know, RP flag, red, white, and blue, 4 stars in yellow. A child's boat takes wings, haiku deals with basic things and yet fit for kings. Have you gone fishing together with your father during childhood days? Fishing with my dad on a bridge and on a rock and once at a beach. The startled big frog tried to leap from log to log but sank in a bog. And what of the bird? While perched on a tree, it was stirred by one against a third. The voracious goat, which loves eating, nixing not, got a smelly coat. A seagull in flight, soaring high like Jonathan, or searching the woods. Ants can do something, elephants can do something, you can do something. Children want to play, twinkle, twinkle, little star, tonight, not today. In the deep ocean, a whale bigger than a house, eating little krill. Far beyond the clouds lives a man in white garment, astronaut, not God. Fairies everywhere, in the gardens and the fields, in forests and hills. Lovely selves on high, riding in the moving clouds, forming funny shapes. Mermaids of the deep, flapping their tails like puddles, pearl for my birthday. Little gnomes of earth, I want a nugget of gold, or we are not friends. Oh, fiery beings living in hot volcanoes, do you cook your food? Prisoner, hordes of stuff you keep, possessor being possessed, overcrowded niche. 10,000 volumes, crisp books untouched in the shelves, ostentatious show. Grandstanding display are the breathing artifice of a restless mind. Judgment impaired, you scream sentimental value to a Gucci bag. A broken china caprice holds you by the neck, maims your trashy brain. You raise a red flag on visitors' drooling eyes, they become suspects. You would rather be proclaimed the richest tycoon locked in high-fence walls? The perpetrators? Even the lizards would fail. Abort the mission. And your detractors? You brandish a rare sapphire, your Excalibur. Alas, time is blamed for its 24/7, you indolent fool. A cry for more use in your MAC makeup palette, an image to brag. Life spent on hoarding, you've grown muscles in your veins, egotistic heart. The crease cannot lie, emptiness lurking inside, fatal malady. Vanity is vain, be a tabula rasa, and tear down your walls. What's in our name? At a hospital, the nurse asked my baby's name. Dorsa, I replied. So adorable, she cooed and mouthed a question. What is the meaning? Her name is Persian, pearly-like, very precious, but not atrocious. I then named the three garrulous. I really am, just like other moms. Carlos, a mighty king, another named the richest, royal royalty. My second girl hailed a mighty defender, hence named Alexa. Strong, brave, and stalwart, that's how you spell Brianna. You're not to cross her. What does my name say? I'm a song of happiness. Let's hum Caroline. Close to Harry Winnie. Harry, army, Winnie, friends, Erwin enjoys both. To sum up our names, we are affable to all, can be our foible. We carry a tune and strike our harmonious chord, our magnum opus. Regal ancestry, part Spanish runs in our blood, the Gutierrez clan. Pioneers of sort, family of abandoned, ensign from the south. Equanimity, minimalist perspective, rules we all live by. The scent of a rose, sweet by any other name, Shakespeare's old maxim. Spanning centuries, let's stand true to our descent, the game of our name. OFW series by Ligao Makata. As we sing our blues in the silence of the night, no one hears our song. Our sighs of longings in the arms of our loved ones echo in our hearts. 6 days in a week, we work tired to the bones. We will all get immune. The great joy for us, seen when we read our message, take care, Mom and Dad. How are you, my love? Are you eating well today? Find time to relax. Daughter, we miss you. When are you coming back home? Do you not miss us? When we hear those words, we get all mixed emotions, alive and afresh. OFWs, they smile their blues away, though their hearts do miss home. This is just a part. Some of us never got this, they've been abandoned. Working overseas is risk-taking adventure. Be optimistic. Get realistic. This is not fanciful dream. Work as you get paid. Hail homesickness. Fight for it. Be strong as steel. You'll overcome it. Crying is normal. Shelter yourself from longing. Stop being fragile. Do not starve your soul. Great wisdom is everywhere. Feel your heart stable. We're in foreign shore. Land and waters are not ours. Our life is unsure. Murder. She killed her masters and fled herself from the scene. Motive was unclear. Suicide. She jumped abruptly without the dither of fear. She's in depression. Running away. She got molested. No one listened to her plight. She ran out barefoot. Mistreatment. She got maltreated for doing her work wrongly. Master's always right. Starving. 2 slices of bread, a pack of instant noodles for lunch and dinner. Heroes? Overseas workers they called courageous heroes, striving with no choice. She felt like floating in the cloud sea of despair. She felt like sinking. Sighing while singing the song of disquietude ignited her hope. Fervently wishing to go somewhere exquisite away from madness. Rewarding herself for being a cool-headed, unflappable sheep. What happens today, she'll forget all and let go, and starts a new day. As the dawning hour knocks the midnight door open, she will be reborn. Guest poets. Welcoming her peers, who too are haiku writers, versing without fears, showing bravery to pen haiku poetry, their keen mastery. Hiroshi Taniguchi, distinguished guest poet. Even a weak tea is steaming whitely. My nail, my skin, my hair, my shadow, all has grown, I'm alone. As news leading on the slanted sunset. A winter window, a soundless snow, a colorless blow. I close the window, a sound rings transparently. The soil is choking under the asphalt. Every night was my grand teacher, my dear school. The regret knocked on my door, one time indeed. Like a pencil, I tried to sharpen the soul. I'm so lonely as to wanna be with nobody. I gaze upon the boundary between the sky and the universe. A paper and a relationship cannot be torn straight. The ticks of the clock, the chirps of the bird, the light, and the end of the night. The back of the back is the back still. I'm collecting emptiness because I'm also empty. Looking up to the sky, I find winds, birds, voices. Rosario B. Villaluz. Bottles, hooks, and baits, jittery for the long way. Smell something fishy? Dark blue southern seas kiss the dark sand and corals Mr. Sun watches. Cute little piglet, her bathroom is the vast beach, whisking and frantic. Starfish and seashells, no matter how big or small, such a gift of nature. Albert B. Kasuga. Hiroshima yoked haikus. It was easy to let the big boy go, Enola. Gay, it simply killed. No, not just bodies, but a country's broken soul, raptured, killed, caput. Slay the children, memories cannot perish, they remain alive. It is seppuku, harakiri and all that, too, stemming war. Incinerate all children and Ottosans too, stop this damned war. It goes on to kill more in old Nagasaki while damn Yankees cheer. Hiroshima, we still mourn for human cruelty that came as a cloud. Aileen R. Tabios. Weather, weather. Blueness of sky I am breathing. Die we do. Die we do as much as we live, then we write what we lived when we write. Character writer. She gave me a loom as if I was a character from one of her many, many fairy tales. Bilshan F. Cervantes. Glint of early light, silhouettes on Dagao hills, Roosters crow their trills. Lovers beneath tree etch names for eternity, growth ringed expunges. Blue underglow sea, with abandoned kids take flight, white foam on water. The chrysalis pops, the caterpillar takes on wings, metamorphosis. Hot fireball glowers, Mount Halcon gobbles it up, underglow sunsets. Andrew Allen Bowman. Has America ever had a golden age? We've denied ourselves. Sunset and sunrise seem the same, but don't be fooled, twilight ain't morning. We are in twilight, Philippines is in morning, don't confuse the two. Away with the noise, rattling, rustling, and shaking, the jeepney's fixed. The love of my life lives with me every day, can't love her enough. Maria Crozale Reyes Raimundo, also known as Wiwin Reyes. A world without love, empty and desolated, all dust in the wind. Color your world now, tomorrow will be too late, unused paints do dry. Our best comfort zone when soul and body are tired, there's no place like home. Senior citizens with their great contributions, dignified exit. Morsels of my youth, at times coming back like ghosts, memories and dreams. Jezreel Rivera, also known as Siyang Bakata. Terror shook the ground, the darkness was left behind. Does hope fail our land? The land mourns tonight, inflicting pure agony, such pain in our hearts. Houses set on fire, gunshots are heard everywhere, a war has broken. Mix of tears and blood, into the wretched black mud, the terror remains. Amidst the crisis, our hunger and suffering, death rules the vast land. Randy Salvador Ugay. Reality, visual perception, microscopic convention, fundamentally. Stream, lives go with the flow, salmons with eggs swim upstream, while kokanis play. Conjecture, blind relativists, bore absolutists with lies, tailored paper made. Hooked, taste unforgiving, sweet, euphoric addiction, caramel prison. Poverty, rice on a tin plate, some hungry mouths competing while ants wait closely. Desiree L. Balota. On the chilling road, the zebra lines froze when breaths condensed into death. When the red light grows into a rose and traffic becomes garden, walk. The doves kiss the church chandelier and bring home light to the condemned priest. The starving dog brings bread to the bedridden priest. It's their last supper. The cave's fairy hand scoops sky through clouds of ground rain. The cave grows skyrise. Santiago Villafana. Haiku is that one breath that one misses aftermath. Soft rain a frog leaps from one leaf to another. Creeping fog, a little moonlight crosses the river. Crescent moon, a crimson petal falls and another. Hush, in the evening wind, crickets compete. Floating in the mist, the rice paddies of Payo. Gracia Balange, also known as Gracia Hernale, Asian poet. If your life is dark, kneel and pray, ask for the light, you'll be lifted up. Love is not a choice, not a destiny or faith, but your own making. We never sow the fields, we pray for a good harvest. Life is not magic. Truth is not a lie. Lie shall never become true. You are given the choice. Clouds are like the snow. Purity is the symbol. Heals the broken soul. Cesar Ruiz Aquino. A haiku for Holderlin. What are poets for in a destitute time? Hold in there, Holderlin. Paler fire. Since you left, it's like I can still dream in color, but only one, gray. A haiku for all ages. The challenge of old age is to feel young, that of youth is to think old. The mind-body problem is that you have a beautiful body and I have a dirty mind. Typewriter blues. What's all that we have? This typewriter? You're my type and I'm your writer. Tarot. Every inch a fool, but somehow safe every step of the way, foolproof. Ameline Villador David. Carving a haiku. Think, feel right, I pause. Thousands more I can compose. It's fun, I suppose. Addiction to haiku. I see words and trees in the rivers and the streams, writing in my dreams. Dilemma of a writer. My pen is calling, suffering from paralysis, looking for a cure. Drained. Fill my empty space, arouse my senses to life, quench my thirst for words. Power of words. Words, 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 as powerful as the swords, can smite even lords. Maribel Adelpha A. Navarro Laude. Wings close to the sun, hot, powerful pride blazing, humbled feathers fall. Meander through time, on pixie dust we travel, screens darken, the end. Soft and small alive, I hold you close to my heart, breathe fragrance of love. A shriek, a cry, a hunger wakens me, demands I offer my breast. Diana above, the huntress rules in grandeur, till Sol claims the skies. President Marcon, age is but a number, uy, my husband agrees. Macon Feliciano. Refleksyon. Taong masaya, umiilaw ang mata, naku ay kita. Kontraktual. Batong mabibilog, gumugulong sa ilog na walang humot. Impok. Alkansyang bungbong, kahit laman ay bagol, makakaipon. Laos. Laki sa layaw, sa kalinga ay uhaw, gadget ay apaw. Disiplina, lupang mataba, wasto ang pag-alaga, ani sagana. Lolo Bomboy. All haiku written in Spanish. Closing poem. A partnership of dreamers. This fine anthology is incomplete without a sonnet of felicity. So let me greet the fellows I have met along the road to immortality. Hail Caroline, distinguished novelist and fairy-like godmother of the bards. Hail writer Felix, master exorcist, whose star shall shine more brightly afterwards. Hail Danny, our spokesman, Zambal's pride, and well-renowned bard of the beautiful. Hail Aini, working on the other side of the deep bluish sea, quite dutiful. Hail artist Anna, member of the team, and all guest poets, partners in a dream. Thank you.